Hi everyone, thank you for joining me once again. Today we're going to talk about shadowy figures within Jewish mysticism and folklore. A Jewish legend tells of this guy who used to play the violin. He's receiving a very weird invitation to come and play in a wedding in the middle of the forest that is happening during the night. He's a bit surprised, but people get married in many ways, and he actually goes there in the middle of the night and starts to play. He realizes that the people are very beautiful, and this wedding is taken up all night, and they're dancing and never get tired. When the morning arrives, everyone suddenly disappears. He realizes that he was playing in a wedding of either spirits or demons. These kinds of stories of people that are playing or participating in weddings that seem too good to be true is something that we can find within Jewish folklore in many different areas of the world. But they do say that if you are playing just because you are devoted to the music and that you are a man or a woman of faith, you're going to be totally fine and you'll just be the guest in this wedding or of this wedding. Today, we are accustomed of traveling pretty much everywhere from place to place, but in earlier days, everything that is outside of the town was dangerous and it was dark and you couldn't really be there during the night, and even during the day it wasn't recommended to really step into them. So those stories might have been a way of actually teaching people not to wander off into places that they don't know, where other people can't see them and can't help them. They also place music, and the beauty of music in some kind of this liminal border between what is sacred and spiritual and something which is connected to the earthly realm. But those figures that are very beautiful during the night and disappearing into these shadowy figures during the day are not the first to appear within Jewish traditions or folklore. In the biblical story, we meet this woman called Hatzlelponi. In the biblical, she's being mentioned once as a descendant of the tribe of Judea, and perhaps because of that, she is related to some of the royal dynasties coming out of the Judea tribe. But in later on legends that will appear after the Bible was already written, we see that some of the later writers will come to see her as the mother of Samson, the supernatural strong warrior that fought against the Philistines within the biblical stories in the book of Judges. The interesting thing is in the story is that many of the stories, when someone is coming to actually tell you that a child is about to be born, they go to the man, to the father. Here, a very strange characteristic is appearing to the woman, to the mother of Samson. In Hebrew, Tzel, which is a part of her name, it's hidden within her name, means shadow. In the biblical story, they say that when this messenger came to see her, she either understood that he was sacred and holy and she turned away, she hid her face, like looking into the shadows and not into the light, because he was so sacred, and she respected him or knew that it was better not to look upon this messenger. And some say that the messenger that appeared was actually a shadowy figure, something which looks a little bit like smoke or darkness, and he was the one, this divine messenger, giving her this word of this miraculous boy about to be born. So we see that whenever we need to deal with entities that are between the worlds, they could appear as either very light, very beautiful, or shadowy figures that are marking the border between the two worlds and showing you that you are talking from something which is supernatural. It's not of the world that you know. If you know any other stories such as those from different cultures, do share them with us. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.